First class, you're welcome to board. LAX flight.
As always, guys, these idiots at TSA, they open the bag and they can't even put the strap back on right. Every time, every time. All right, guys, if you haven't seen one before, this is a Richie Breakaway. Okay, and I'll open it up. And it's very dusty, but there it is. You can see I got the frame and the fork all attached. Everything has a little bag on it. And then also, you can fit a few extra things, like I've got some water bottles, and this is one of my shoes, and I've got another shoe here, and as it was packed right here, it was right under 40 pounds, so you can fit a little bit of extra stuff in there too, if you want to, and I don't have the lightest components on there. Alright, so here it is, all laid out, as disassembled as it needs to be. So the first thing you need to do is the cables come apart so you can handle the two pieces of the frame individually. So you unscrew those and you can screw them back in together later. And then you take off the bar and stem. And I had to unscrew the stem there to rotate the handlebars a little bit, rotate them down so they fit in the bag all right. And then, so the seat post will come out, and then on the top here, the top tube, you see there's an extra bolt there than you would really have, so that screws into the seat post there and also here, so that secures the frame up top by where your saddle is. And then once we come down here on the down tube, you see there's a little clamp, so you clamp it in here and right next to the crank right there, and it comes with a little torque key that I put right there, so you get the torque just right. And otherwise, that's really about it. I had to take the bottle cage off just to thread one part of the frame through the other. The bottle cage is getting in the way, so I took that apart, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'll try to show you how this goes without too much delay here. So you just put the seat post in the top here as you would normally. Well, you gotta unscrew the bolt first so it's not so tight. Put in the seat post, and then get the other half of the frame, line it up somewhat, make sure this part is loose, and they fit together, and then you slide in the seat post. And I'll just leave that for now. I've got it marked to right here. And then this is where the clamp is going to go, right down here. I've got the clamp right here. Unscrew it. I put the clamp on. It's lined up, so get it started. And then just make sure that it's in a spot where you can actually get your tool in there to tighten it up. There we go. It's torqued to spec. Then all you need to do is put the handlebars on, screw your cables back together, put the wheels on, you're good to go. So here it is, all built up and ready to ride. It didn't take me that long to do it, and you'll see here where it comes together at the seat post with those 2 bolts, and then it had the clamp on the bottom. Sorry for the dirt. Cleaning it was on the list of things I wanted to do before I left, but I didn't get around to doing. So yeah, I've never noticed a difference in ride quality. Like, it rides as good as any other steel frame would. So it's a steel frame, carbon fork, and I built it up with like leftover parts that I had from other stuff. So it's got old 9-speed Ultegra shifters there. It's got 105 brakes and front derailleur, I think. It's got a SRAM rival crank. 46-36, so kind of a weird ratio, but I got a really good deal on it. And that's how that goes. It's good enough. And then it has a mountain bike rear derailleur. So it's really good. When I first bought it, pretty much everybody was charging bike fees here in the US at least, and those were like around $150 at the time. And so since that time, a lot of airlines have waived bike fees, but not all of them. So I usually fly Delta, and they have waived bike fees, so kind of lose out on that aspect. But it is really more convenient to carry around because it's a smaller suitcase and stuff, and it fits in the car perfectly. So even if you have like a compact rental car, it's no issue. The only problem is, like, you're gonna have this suitcase all the time, and what do you do with it? Like, if you travel with your bike in a cardboard box, you can recycle that and get a new one at the end of the trip. But this, you're always carrying it around, so that's the one disadvantage of this. But otherwise, it can save you a lot of money. Like, I'm flying back on Hawaiian Airlines because it's a direct flight, so from Maui to Las Vegas, and they still charge bike fees. So it would be, I think, $150 if I flew with a bike box or a cardboard box through Hawaiian. But if you go read their fine print, as long as it's within their size and weight requirements, even if they know there's a bike in there, they'll only charge you the cost of your your checked-in bag. So that's going to save me a little bit of money on the way back, and eventually, if you fly enough, this will end up paying for itself. And the good thing about this for this trip is that it's going to act as my backup bike. So if something goes wrong with my main bike, I'll always have a second bike. And like I said, it packs up small in the suitcase, easier to carry around in the car. And maybe if someone's like looking in your car, they're not going to notice a bike and want to steal it. But if someone's going to break in your car, they're probably going to do it regardless. But anyway, really enjoyed the Ritchie Breakaway. Ride's great. Can save you money if you're traveling a lot, and I recommend it.